Dear friends, schizophrenia. In my previous video, I discussed with regard to one adolescent boy from 13 years onwards till his 17th year, how he faced that problem, that mental disease or mental disorder. And here in this video, how an adult man, a person who worked as a principal in a college, government college, that too, actually has been a friend of mine for a long time. How he suffered with this mental disorder, I shall explain. And I have made my research experiment on these two persons. So here, this fellow, a friend of mine, and actually a colleague sometime back in my profession, this man has been selected by the government service commission and posted to government college as a lecturer and also worked as principal on promotion. After some time, after a few years or 20 years of his service, he has been promoted as a principal and he is always hardworking, sincere, very dedicated in his profession. Everybody will like him, no doubt about it. Only thing is, because he is very intellectual and very studious and always a duty minded principal, only thing is, he expects only recognition and a good reward or a reputation in his profession. So, in that attempt, he used to work very hard. But there are some adverse situations, both in his domestic life and also in professional life. So, the circumstances and environment have been very, very adverse in his career. So, in his house, what has happened is he has one son. He has been blessed with a son after a very long time. And that fellow was studying some seventh or eighth class. Only son he has been blessed with, and that son was given to bad ways always. He developed a number of bad habits. He has not shown any interest in education. See, this man is very much interested in education, in profession. They are hardworking and dedicated, whereas his son, by bad luck, is given to bad ways, most indisciplined, has been very much disappointed. He used to shout at his wife and also his son. And that mother, out of her over fondness, of course, could not bring him up in a disciplined fashion. That is the only drawback. And he was very much disgusted at the time. That's one thing. On the other side, that is the domestic circumstances adverse, of course. On the other side, the environment in his profession, in his office, that means environmental situations are quite adverse and very bitter for him. So when he has been working very hard, naturally, his staff members are not so. They're jealousy minded. And professional jealousies, professional prejudices have been nurtured in their minds. And particularly, two persons were quite adverse against him. Whatever he wants to plan, suppose he has proposed some educational plans, projects, and these two persons were quite against him and they did not allow this person to carry out. They have become very great hurdles. They have become hard not to crack also at the same time. He could not handle these two persons. And always they used to have some ruptures very frequently, quarrels in the college itself, number of times. And they have challenged also out of their revenge, the two lecturers challenged. We definitely will spoil your projects and all that. We can't allow you to proceed with your educational plans on the projects here in the college. They promised. They made a challenge. So that is the situation. And after some time, what happened? That rupture was going on, and now and then. And finally, completely, the two staff members were successful in spoiling the projects, educational projects and plannings, because he has a lot of ideas and plans for the development of the college. Because there are poor students studying in the college, government college. has come from the poor background also at the same time, the principal. So he wants to uplift the college to the zenith level. That is his plan. He has a lot of ideas and plans, innovative thoughts also, because he has got a very good education in SV University and also Andhra University. But these two staff members have become a great serious hurdles. Again, one bad day, a serious struggle happened. Fight happened between this principal and these two staff members. So his mind has been completely disturbed. He has been mentally frustrated and professionally depressed. So distorted thoughts. His mind is completely preoccupied with the distorted thoughts, and it has a very serious impact, negative impact on his mind. And always he keeps himself aloof. He doesn't like to move with any friends also. If he used to move with some friends, at least he will have some relief for the other, some solace for the other. But even for walking, he is not accompanied by any company, any friends, always keeping himself aloof from the society. See, that is the problem of the persons afflicted with this schizophrenia, keeping himself aloof, always living in a depression and frustration, and getting high emotions, inward emotions. That means he can't express to others also. If he expresses to others, he will get some relief or the other, some solace or the other. Always inward thoughts and inward emotions. Oh, it turns to be egocentric thoughts, or we can say, yes, egocentric thoughts and depressions. And finally, it has its negative impact on his perception. Perception means here his concept of life, his philosophy of life, everything has become something negative, pejorative. So that kind of influence he has got. So there is a hell of thinking in himself. Always thinking, mind is preoccupied with negative thinking and a heavy, see this overburden of thoughts. And apart from that, what has happened is he has approached one psychiatrist also, and that psychiatrist has prescribed to heavy prescriptions. He used to take the prescriptions, medicines also for his mental relief and physical ailment also. So, in addition to his mental depression, egocentric thoughts, and hell of thinking, these medicines also worked in an adverse way. Totally, physical and mentally, has been completely upset, we can say. And because of this depression, total, or we can say, an utter depression, his mind has been always thinking of suicide. So, suicidal temperament has been developed inwardly. And there is an isolation, always keeping himself aloof, not mixing with any of friends, not even expressing his problem, his agony, mental agony with family members because he has been domestically frustrated. Even before wife and his son, he is not happy because his son is given to bad ways and mother has not taken any care, any steps in respect of the son. So he could not express even before his family members, not his friends, his colleagues, nothing. Always keeping himself, suffering in himself. And after one day, one bad day, he went to a river. From top of the river, he jumped into the river and committed suicide most pathetically. And all the colleagues were taken aback at his step because he is highly educated, a merit candidate selected by Government Service Commission, worked as a lecturer and also principal for a long time. Despite these virtues and professional, educational and professional virtues, his mind has become completely distorted. So that is the quality, that is the feature of schizophrenia, distorted thoughts and a depressed mind, and totally he is given to hell of thinking, you can say, without keeping himself aloof. And because of that, what will happen? Sometimes the person afflicted with this schizophrenia may even take a very serious step, an extreme step, as in the case of this principal who has worked in government college. To our dismay, this is about schizophrenia in respect of one adult with whom I have a lot of acquaintance, and also I made my research experiment. Thank you very much. And if you are impressed, please subscribe and encourage me.